Hello, and welcome back to another Homestead News with Kevin and Pat. I'm Kevin behind the camera, and in front of the camera is
Pat. Hello.
And we are back in the kitchen, where Pat is going to whip up some pumpkin bars. Not fat-free pumpkin bars, to be exact.
But we are going to start with our dry ingredients. We have put in our cranberries. I'll be back in a moment. Tablespoon of cinnamon. I may put a little less because the pumpkin spice has cinnamon in there. And I'm doubling this recipe, so I need 3 cups of flour, and I'm using a 1/2 cup measuring cup. Two cups. Three cups, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention about this recipe, you're going to need 2 bowls. 1 bowl for your dry ingredients and 1 bowl for your wet ingredients. And there's one more thing that goes in the dry ingredients. It's a teaspoon of pumpkin spice.
And Pat has made her own blend of pumpkin spice, which is why she's getting it out of a mason jar. Perhaps in a future video we'll show you how to make your own pumpkin spice, which is pretty easy, really.
You just stir all your dry ingredients, mix those all up. fruit, your spices, and your flour. Actually, I did say I was doubling this recipe, so actually it should be 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. I need a little more cinnamon too. I'm just going to shake some in there just to add some in. Because your pumpkin spice has some cinnamon in it also. If you like more cinnamon flavor, you can add more cinnamon. If you like more nutmeg flavor, you can add more nutmeg. Now I'm going to zip over to the oven and get that preheated. And I'll be back.
So you're greasing the pans.
That's what it says.
And are you greasing the sides as well as the bottom, or?
What you think? I thought you, you videoed. I didn't know your video was rolling.
Yep.
That's a lot of butter. I shouldn't have that much better, but oh well. Whoops, that's a little too much.
And so why the little bit of flour in the bottom of the pan?
Butter and then the flour. It helps keep it from sticking.
The flour keeps it from sticking.
It does. Okay, the recipe calls for egg whites. I'm doubling the recipe. It called for 2 egg whites, but I chose to put in 3 egg whites. Um, I chose to put in 3 eggs instead of 4, but that is what I'm going with. Um, 1 cup of canned pumpkin. I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm putting in a whole, let's see, 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. Sometimes they get tedious to get out of the can. 1/4 cup of skim milk, which we are doubling the recipe, so it will be a 1/2 cup of, and we are choosing, I'm lactose intolerant, so we are choosing the lactose free milk, 1/2 cup. And then 1 cup of applesauce, and if you are doubling it like I am, it will be 2 cups of applesauce. And now we get to mix all of our wet ingredients together. Now, once you get all of your wet ingredients mixed together, you want to mix your dry ingredients in with your wet. And once I get all of this mixed together, I will be back.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, we've got it all mixed up and ready to put into our pans. And you see that it's mixed well. All the dry mixture is mixed in good. You want to make sure you get all of that flour and everything mixed well. Just a slow mix should make it nice and moist. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes after I get it into these pans. And I want to say something about greasing your pans. You can, the pans do need to be greased, but you can grease your pans with whatever you choose to grease them with. But I chose an old school method of, some people used to use a little bit of, some of the older folks used to use just plain old lard. But I use a little bit of real butter, and then I put a little bit of flour on top of that, and just dust the pans. And that way, whatever I'm baking comes out real easy. Some people like to use a spray. Some of those sprays are not very healthy for you anymore. But I'll be back in a moment once I get this into the pans.
Mmm. Looking yummy already.
Okay, folks, we are back and we have our pumpkin bars in our pans. And these are just the size of pans I chose because I have to take them to a function and they're disposable, so I don't have to worry about leaving them there and forgetting them, or having to worry about getting them washed up or anything like that. Otherwise, I would have probably chose a 13 by 9 pan to bake these in. These are going in the oven at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. And we'll be back when we pull them out of the oven. Your videotape thing in the oven. Uh-oh.
How long?
30 to 40 minutes.
Alexa, 35-minute timer.
35 minutes, starting now.
Mm-mm.
And this is our finished product, the pumpkin bars. We will not be doing a taste test today because, like I said, this is going to a church function. But maybe we will have some left over and we might taste some on camera tomorrow. As always, thank you for watching and God bless.
What do you think?
It's pretty good. Probably could have baked a little bit longer though. This is the first time I've tried this recipe. Probably could have baked it a little bit longer. Baked about 40 minutes. Or 250 or 40 minutes.